Alrighty, happy Wednesday or Thursday, whatever day it is today. I think it's Wednesday. Yes, it is. Hey, Bitcoin hit all-time highs. Everybody's a little bit happier now. We got some dovish news from the Fed that was a surprise. And on top of that, even though we got new tariffs, Bitcoin still went higher, Nasdaq still went higher, SPY still went higher, and the Dow still went higher. So people right now don't necessarily believe in Trump's threats, which I think is a very good sign for us and a very good sign for the market. So, hey, Villa, hey, Elijah, happy to see all of you guys in here. If you guys are looking, oh, sorry, there's a plane going over my house right now. My gosh, that's loud. Live by the military base. So, news update for today. I did move the Dogecoin stream over to the new channel. I changed the channel name to Michael Whitman Investing or something like that. So that this channel is just Michael Whitman. The other one is going to be Michael Whitman Investing, where I talk more about just generic investing advice and things like that. I may record on my phone. I may record it here in my my desk and stuff like that. I may record while on that sofa right there looking back at all my computer equipment. I'm not entirely sure, but it's going to be much more of a relaxed atmosphere. And maybe I'll just start writing some stuff down on a whiteboard and just kind of explain my thought process. So get ready for that channel to have some more content here. I'm going to start putting out some videos here tomorrow. Going to be very simple, kind of the similar type of thumbnail you see right now. It'll be that, but more focused on cryptocurrency and less focused on just the everything else that we've been talking about here, right? So before I get started, I got to wipe my glasses off. I was just outside and I think I got something on them. It'll do the trick. And Loki's looking for a nice little shoot right here because after this, we're going to be doing a little deep dive into Bitcoin, pulling up some technicals so you guys can see what's going on. Oh, you don't even want to get pets. You just want the treat. Yeah. At least look how gentle he is with the treats. You know, when other people give him treats, he wants to snap. With me, at least he knows he's supposed to be gentle. I guess that's a that's a good step going forward, right? And hey, Freck, happy to see you. Hunter, happy to see you. And Salim, happy to see you as well. Hope I said all of you guys' names correctly because I'm not that good at names right now. But big news of today, and let me kind of focus on this a little bit. I think I need to go here, and then let me just bring this over a tad. There we go. I'm going to take off the rate cut expectations for September for now. And what we saw happen today was maybe an hourly chart will make it look good. There we go. We saw a big spike happen this morning, and that took us to all-time highs. Excuse me. And then from there, we dropped like a rock, getting rejected kind of from that little level there, and now we're consolidating, trying to go even higher. Now, there are a few levels of resistance here, just so you guys know. The easiest and the most obvious, because we did break out here, the easiest and the most obvious are going to be the all-time highs, which we now have new all-time highs. But then, if you go over here and start playing around with the Fibonacci levels to the trend-based Fibonacci extension, there we go, you will see that we do have a little bit of resistance right here. If we're able to break out later on this week, which I think we can, if the market is holding up like this, the next stop is around 122,000 bucks. We've talked about that 122,000 bucks for a while here. The other one you guys may be more focused on is this one, from the lows to the highest to the lows. And this one was right around here, 104,000 bucks, which there we go, which we had some issues with a while ago, but not so much recently, right? Back over here in December is when we had to face that one. Next up, though, if we do manage to break above $111,000, we get 122,000 bucks. Then after that, 128,000. So I'm thinking of these as really good opportunities to scale out if you guys are thinking of doing any type of leverage trades off of this breakout. For me, I'm just still a little bit too worried, and maybe this will come around and bite me in the ass here pretty soon. But I'm just like, I'm just a little bit more skeptical about how much this rally can go here. I see everything's fine. I'm holding because I know it's going to go higher. But as far as a big leverage trade, I'm just being a little bit more careful. And I think I'm going to go back to that plan that we had talked about before. Where, let me pull this out. There we go. No, not that one. Which one is it? This one? There we go. I want to go with the plan I did before, where I'm going to be looking for different opportunities to buy tokens with those moving averages. Those moving averages seem to have been making me some good money here. We talked about the Ethereum one for the last few weeks, and look what happened. Boom. Finally breaking out today. This is your first opportunity to scale out. And then from here, maybe we continue to go higher, especially as Bitcoin's hitting all-time highs. Solana's not there yet, but I think Solana can, over the next few days, can hit up above 170 bucks. That'd be very nice to see as well. Dogecoin's trying to break through one right now, but we're facing a little bit of resistance. I'm watching this for later on this week. Maybe Dogecoin can get back above 20 cents, which would be pretty nice. Trump and Melania still a little too new, still a little too ugly as far as their charts are concerned. WIF is in the middle here, nothing too crazy, but of course it's up 13% without breaking above moving averages. But on the daily chart, oh, look at that, it's breaking above the 50 here, right? Now, WIF has always been a little bit more iffy as far as moving averages, just because you have things like that. But the volatility around those areas is usually pretty good, so watching that one pretty closely here. Next up, I think it was Miro looked pretty good. Yeah, Miro right here. This is an opportunity if you guys wanted to play a little bit of a bounce right there. Those tons of opportunities, I'm going to trade leverage with those piece by piece. But as far as like a general big market boom, I think you really have to pick and choose right now which tokens you want to get into. And that's kind of the way I'm looking at it. Now, let's go over the portfolio first to kind of see what's happening here. Then go over the general altcoins. And then after that, really go into a little bit of the news, then a little bit of the X accounts, the Twitters and stuff like that. Now, you can obviously see this morning the portfolio gained some momentum here. The group portfolio is safe. This is the one we made a while ago. We're up around 7% right now. The worst performer is going to be BMT, which is bubble maps. So far, we're letting it sit. We're going to see if it does bad or good. We put a little bit of money in this because it's the safe account. We put a lot more money into Bitcoin. And lo and behold, Bitcoin right now is our best performer, which is kind of crazy, right? As far as everything else is concerned right here, you can see the last 24 hours, last 7 days, there's been some general good movement here. Bubble maps is down 40% over the last 30 days, though. So, or some 7 days. So it's definitely taking some hits right now. It remains to be seen, but that's why we put a lot of risky stuff in here with a lot of the safe stuff, right? Like Bitcoin safe, XRP safe, BNB safe, Ethereum is safe, Solana is safe, even Dogecoin safe. Everything else is a little bit more volatile, but I'm okay with that. I really am okay with that. And you can see, despite all that, because of the way we have everything weighted here, we're up 7.39%. And I think it was like around 3 weeks. That's a pretty freaking good return, you know? Good return. Now, next up, we have the Fartcoin one. That's down about 1.15%. There's not really much logic in buying this one the way we have it. It's just one token. There's nothing crazy about it. But we thought we'd have some fun with it, right? And then next up, we have the high risk one. Surprise, this was down about 6-7% yesterday. All of a sudden, it's up around 3% or around $23. The best performer is Pepetron. The worst performer is SERP. So, Pepeontron, excuse me. We're looking okay here. Now, allocation, you can see right here. Oh, maybe you guys can't see right here, actually. Let's see, there we go. Allocation, you can see SERP is the largest one. LPT, Turbo, Rio, Dog, Nero, Arrow, others, right? And I can go down the list here. There's a bunch of them. And this one is up as well. So I think we're doing pretty good here, guys. I'm happy to say that this is still kind of more dollar cost averaging time. So what we'll probably do Sunday is I'll add a little bit more of these positions. And you know what? I could add today. I could definitely add today. I'll give it some time before I do that. Or maybe by the end of the day, maybe we'll add some more to the high risk time one, but the group portfolio one should be fine for now. For the group portfolio one, we're just going to be buying more Bitcoin, more Ethereum, and then doubling down on some of the tokens that have been working out for us so far as some of those altcoins, right? But yeah, that's kind of the gist there. Before I get started on how the rest of the market is doing, you can see all that lovely green popping up for a lot of the tokens. Want to say hi to Puma, Jamrock, Tony, Digital K. Happy to see all of you guys here. Quick update in case some of you guys are just coming in. I did move the Dogecoin stream over to my second channel. It's called Michael Whitman Investing, not just Michael Whitman. I'm going to be doing daily technical analysis videos and they're starting tomorrow. I might do them late at night and post them in the morning. I'm not entirely sure. It just kind of depends. Yeah, here it is. Michael Whitman investing right here. I changed. Oh, there it is. You can see my AI photo right there. I put it over here. I know it's going to take people a while to get over here, but it's there. And then basically, I will start posting videos here more often, right? I even had a video here 7 days ago to test out the waters. Massive Bitcoin surge. Are you in or missing out? And talking about the opportunity to blast off here for this week. Although I was a little bit more spooked when Trump was doing all the tariff stuff, right? So get ready for that. I'm going to try to do one daily, and it's going to have a very simple thumbnail concept to it, kind of similar to the one you're seeing right now, where there's a chart inside of it, maybe a Bitcoin logo, then my face, and then something that says, oh, wow, or something eye-catchy for you guys. I don't know. See, something for the thumbnails, click-through rate gods. All right. Now, as far as what's been blasting off here, Dog with Hat seems to be the top one of the top 100. Then we got Stellar, Lido DAO, Uniswap, SPX 6900, Pepe, Tau, ENA, Radium, Pendle, stuff like that. Even Sandbox is up 8%, which is pretty nice. Now, there's a lot of stuff that isn't necessarily doing so well over the last 30 days, but there are some stuff that is, right? Last 30 days, on the bad side, we have IP, Pi, Virtuals, World Token, Injective, right? I own Virtuals, I own World Token. They are down, I know that, but I'm still hoping they do good. Render, Official Trump. So there's still a lot of stuff that's down, right? Don't forget that. But there is some stuff doing well, and that stuff would be Pudgy Penguins, SEI, which we have some SEI, Aradigm Finance, Uniswap, Bonk, Bitcoin Cash, Maple Syrup Finance, XDC, Kaya, Aave, right? So there's some good stuff right here. And what about Arbitrum? I think Arbitrum's doing okay today, but I can look it up for you here very fast. Arbitrum up 6% today. Looks like it's doing just fine. Yeah, it's doing fine. It's up 6%. Last year, it's still down quite a bit. Last month, it's making higher lows generally. So it's still in a good spot. You know, you're basically waiting for Ethereum to get a big hit from this, and then this will get that big hit. I didn't say that correctly. You're waiting for Ethereum to have that big bounce, and that'll cause this to have a big bounce. Ethereum is in the price, is in a good spot to have a big move over the next 2 to 3 weeks. 1 to 2 weeks, let's say that. But I don't see this going big without Ethereum popping off as well. They've had a really rough cycle here, so I think they can do a lot better, right? They had their big boom, and it's really just been coming down ever since. Perhaps they can really get themselves figured out, but I think it's going to be easier for just Ethereum to take off and kind of pull it up by the bootstraps, whatever the term is, rather than just trying to hope that it does it by itself, right? A little bit different there. Bitcoin dominance is falling pretty nicely right now. We have not hit the Fibonacci level of resistance. This is one that I use. Benjamin Cohen uses. A lot of people on X use it. This one right here. We haven't hit it, but we're trying. Last time we took a big dip, we still managed to go higher just a couple months later. So you have been warned. A lot of these drops don't happen for too long. At most, they happen for a month when we see an opportunity for altcoins to pump. We haven't seen altcoins necessarily pumping just yet, but they're having a pretty good day. And right now you can see Bitcoin trying to go up to all-time highs again. Little bit of a slacky thing right now, like not the best momentum, but you know what? We'll take it. $11,999.79. I know on other exchanges it went to $112,000, but at least on Binance's Bitcoin to Tether chart, it's at $111,999. $111,999.79. So it came pretty darn close. We're seeing a little bit of a breakdown happening right now with a little bit of a bearish pattern setting up, but I think we could have an opportunity to pop up in the next 15 to half an hour. If not, we're going to be coming back down to maybe $110,000 or so, which isn't bad. It just means we have to consolidate a little bit more. Maybe as far as $110,500, maybe not even $110,000, right? Mog's been fine so far. It's just that Mog took a really nasty hit over the last few months, and the market cap has really just drained it into something small. Mog to me is something you just put inside of a balanced portfolio, but you're not going to be going necessarily extremely heavy into it. So like if you were having a portfolio, let's say of $100,000, I wouldn't put more than 2 or 3% into Mog. I think that 2-3% can make you some good money, but it might need to figure itself out first. But I do like MOG. I do think it's part of a good portfolio. In fact, I have a few friends that have a lot of MOG, and they have been dollar cost averaging that sucker like crazy. So I know there's a lot of interest in it. I know it's a popular meme coin. Right now, you're just waiting for the surge to happen to really push assets back up for something like a MOG. But again, for me right now, in terms of like the excitement, I think you're still in that dollar cost averaging phase. I don't feel like there's a real like a reason to be going like buying heavy. I think dollar cost averaging is more than enough for MOG because it has promise, but it still needs to consolidate a little bit more. Even the Ethereum, the Robinhood thing with Arbitrum. Oh, what's happening there? I keep seeing articles online about Lil Pepe. I might degen into it a little bit. I mean, there's a lot of Pepes. If you follow that type of stuff, just be very, 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 very careful, okay? Yeah, no worries, Michael Experience. Happy to help you out, my man. Now, as far as the news that happened today, there was a few things here. Trump announces 50% tariff on Brazil over Bolsonaro trial, unfair trade, right? Now, Trump is going to hurt Brazil for doing that. Like, they're having their own corruption over there right now. That's fine. Let them do it. But here, right? Tariffs announced today, yesterday, and the day before yesterday. And we're still doing good. Right? We're still doing good. Delinda steps down as CEO of Elon Musk's X. I get why she did it. That AI thing has been saying some crazy anti-Semitic stuff lately, and I don't know how they got through there. You're always supposed to err way on the side of caution. They did not do that over there at XAI. That's not a big story, but it is just a story. Interesting enough, Bitcoin rises to fresh record above $112,000, helped by NVIDIA-led tech rally. I like how they said Bitcoin doesn't go up unless the tech is going up as well. When I think yesterday NVIDIA did just okay, and Bitcoin had a pretty big rebound here, so a little bit different in my opinion. I think they're just trying to push a bunch of buzzwords in for the SEO because people are searching for NVIDIA today and they're searching for Bitcoin, so they wanted to get more clicks so that person could make more money. And I wonder if AI made that title because it sounds kind of AI-y, the way it's working there. Now, if I can find out where it is here. Let me see where it's at. Elon Musk, NVIDIA now. Where's this? Oh, there it is. I skipped right over it. Here we go. This is the big news of what happened today, okay? So the most Fed officials see rate cuts coming, but opinions vary widely on how many minutes show. And when you read this, and I did read it, I actually uploaded the whole thing to ChatGPT to give me a detailed breakdown, of which I made a video in case you guys want to watch it later on. The Fed is really talking about, in this circumstance, how there is more movement towards cutting rates. And I think what actually sparked this on over the last month or so is we saw Donald Trump do the tariffs. We saw the Fed, basically the face of the Fed, Jerome Powell, say, hey, we expect this to cause a lot of inflation, and therefore we are not going to be cutting rates anytime soon. And then two things happened. I think Jerome Powell made a mistake in all this. So the first one was when Trump announced the tariffs and he did the Liberation Day thing where the tariffs went out. I think Jerome Powell was absolutely right saying that tariffs were going to increase inflation, right? However, not a week later, Trump backtracked on everything. And he was like, okay, we're doing a 90-day pause. We're going to see what happens. And everybody just wait, right? Then we had good CPI data that says inflation wasn't spiking. But he kept the same talking points as if the tariffs were still going on. And because of that, he's now stuck in a little bit of a corner here where he is hedging a lot on next week's FOMC data. I think it's on Tuesday, not FOMC, CPI data, next Tuesday, and PPI next Wednesday. He has to hope that that's really bad inflation data in order to keep on saying no more rate cuts, no more rate cuts, no more rate cuts right now. I don't know how CPI is going to turn out right now. As far as the consensus, it seems like it's going to be pretty neutral. It's going to go up by just 0.1, so it's going to go from like 2.4 to 2.5, I believe. But if it stays at 2.4 or goes to 2.3, that means Jerome Powell is going to have a much stronger chance of cutting here. Okay, so please keep in mind of that. But you did see a lot more movement over towards the cutting side. On top of all that, Trump is putting pressure not just on Jerome Powell, but the rest of the governors as far as the Fed is concerned, and trying to get them to do more work. In fact, he's going to try to put more people on the board here, another person, which will take away a little bit less power, take away a little bit more power from Powell, and have Powell on the back foot even more. Powell does not want to cut, but he's running out of excuses for why he shouldn't cut. We're still expecting around 2 to 3 rate cuts this year. I would say the consensus is going to be 2.5 right now. I wish I could say 2 or 3, but there was a lot of split on this. And I think there's even one person who says we shouldn't have any rate cuts this year, and that person is absolutely insane. But I guess they have to take it, right? Now, because we had this a little bit... That's a little bit of an excitement, I guess you would say, right? I'm going to look at this key point right here. The top one. Fed officials diverge at their June 17th to 18th meeting, again, this was last month right here, about how aggressively they would be willing to cut interest rates. They were split between concerns over tariff-fueled inflation and signs of labor market weakness and economic strength. Economic strength is okay right now. Labor market is not good right now in terms of what we're looking for. Remember, private payrolls from ADP lost 33,000 jobs last month, whereas the regular job market boomed by 144,000, better than expectations, but that was led primarily from state hiring, which doesn't really happen month over month like that, if you get what I'm saying. So again, chaos, but some good chaos here. And I'm hoping that most of us will be here for CPI on Tuesday. I'm not going to be awake that early. I've tried too many times. I just don't do it anymore. But there'll be other YouTubers here for CPI. And then if CPI is good for us at 2.4, 2.3, 2.2, something like that, really anything sub 2.5 I think is good. We should see Bitcoin continue to soar and go even higher. Right now we're at 111,477. I mean, we're very, very close to all-time highs again, and we may even break out to all-time highs again. So it's going to be a really fun time here, folks. Oh, Robinhood is using the Arbitrum token for stocks. Interesting. And hey, Logan, happy to see my man. Hey, Lee. If the rate cuts happen, will we have a boom for the next 6 months following the recession? The economy can't handle it. No, the economy is a little bit different from interest rate cuts right now. Hold on. Did you like another treat? Would you like another treat? Yeah. I know, right? I know. Right now, it doesn't seem like we're heading off into a recession right now. And when you read the report from the Fed minutes, it focused more on saying quantitative tightening was going to end in February of 2026. So it's going to be a while. I think they may have to adjust it, but the recession doesn't depend on necessarily like what Jerome Powell exactly says out there. It really depends on if he's able to see the data and start cutting soon enough. Right now he has a little bit of a buffer. So Trump's big beautiful bill is a how would I say it? It's a stimulative bill, right? So it's going to stimulate the economy. It puts money into the economy, which is very nice. That should give him the leeway and the wiggle room that he needs, in my opinion, to kind of wait it out. If we go into recession, you would see Jerome Powell's his legacy be demolished. Because he already messed up as far as inflation in the first place with transitory. Then he messed up by raising rates so fast that we had a banking crisis. So far, he's been doing a little bit better. I would say yes, he's doing better right now because there's not a crisis. And then third, he's really trying to get us back down to 2% inflation, and he's having trouble with it at this point in time. But he just really wants that arbitrary goal of 2%, which I don't think is necessarily going to be great for him or easy for him to maintain, especially because I think Jerome Powell was banking on Kamala Harris being president. I believe if Kamala Harris was president right now, if they had the exact same policies, Kamala Harris would get the rate cuts while Trump is not. All right. Now, I'm not saying Jerome Powell is vindictive or crazy in any way because of that. I just think he doesn't like Trump because Trump yells and calls him stupid and an ignorant guy, and he's like, "Fuck this guy, fuck this," over and over again, all day long on X and Truth Social. So, you know, I think the Fed should start cutting, and they don't need to go cut. They don't need to cut July, August, September, like every month. I would have preferred if they would have started cutting in July. They cut again in September. Maybe they paused in October, and maybe they cut one more time in December. There's different ways of going about it, but right now it seems like they're just waiting and waiting and waiting, and by the time they're really forced to act like that, it may be too late to stop a recession from happening. But this is where we have to kind of focus on the earnings of businesses and the layoffs of businesses as well. We haven't seen that so much. Maybe if I were to go over here and actually just do no, that's not the best one. Here you go. Here's U.S. job layoffs and discharges. I believe this is non-farm, right? We're seeing more and more happen right here. More. Well, I don't know if this is the right one. Let's see. No, this is going to be the right one. I only say that because we just had the 9,000 laid off, but that could be going to this month. So these numbers aren't the accurate ones I'm expecting to see here. But you can generally see there's a trend going higher and higher right now. We really want that trend to be going lower if you want to see the economy like really stay strong, and we're not doing that right now. Wish I could find. Let's see, May. Let's see. Looks like the biggest sectors for job loss right now. Art, entertainment, recreation. 1.6 isn't that big. Transportation, warehouses, utilities. Let's see. And not too much at state and local type of things here at all. Yeah, most of them it looks like we're over here. I wish to change over time. No, I mean, so far we're looking okay here. Yeah, so it's just basically when things get really, really bad, that's when the Fed's going to have to act, but it's going to be so slow, right? What's happening in Liberia here? Trump's hilarious. Trump's hilarious. Trump's the president of Liberia. Such good English. Where did you learn to speak so beautifully? English is the official language of Liberia. That's hilarious. Brazil is going to be getting hit pretty hard here. Somebody front ran the Brazil news. Somebody bought a huge amount of USD and shorted Brazil's currency at 1:32 p.m. The 50% tariff announcement came in at 4:19, at which point it looks like the bigger trader exited his trade instantly, making 2.5% on the currency. That is absolutely wild things here. But yeah, massive tariffs going out to Brazil. And on top of all that, Bitcoin was trending earlier today, but I didn't really see it spiking. BitBoy is trending. I may fly to America to see BitBoy. Going to email the prison, see if there's visitation rights. No, you have to get permitted and all that type of stuff for that. BitBoy took one for the team. He gave us all-time high Bitcoin. Oh my God. He went to jail again? Wow. BitBoy just dropped the hardest mugshot of 2025. I am shocked. BitBoy convicted, 74% chance. Oh my God. What happened to him? I bet all the influencers in the groups are talking about this. I gotta ask them what the heck happened because I have no idea. BitBoy is trending where Bitcoin is not. There we go. And let me see very fast. Before I go over here, let me go check my channel out very fast. Let's go over here to analytics. I wonder if there's a spike in people watching the BitBoy stuff. There is a spike of people watching my BitBoy video because of it. Ah, look at that little spike in, oh, you guys can't see it. Hold on. How do I do it? See more? No. No, I can't do it. Here, hold on. See the little spike in views right there? Oh, man. Maybe I'll get some more subscribers or something like that. That's crazy. What are the comments saying? No new comments in here. I used to be a Bitcoin whale. He lost his mind. Yeah, it's a shame. It's definitely a shame right there. Bitcoin's going higher. BitBoy's going to jail again. That is a wild photo right there. That's a wild photo. What's right here? I don't know if I said hi, Logan, but if I didn't, hello, Logan. If rate cuts happen, will we have a boom in the next 6 months? We talked about that. Hi, Mike. How come your socials are all under different handles? Socials under different handles? I don't know. I've tried to do too many things to get views and followers over the years, and I just never really got a consistent one. And then right now with like Whitman Analysis, that's just my business name, Whitman Analysis, so I just kind of kept that there. I could change it to Michael Whitman, but I don't know if that's even available anymore. But yeah, I don't know. I don't necessarily care that much. I used to want to do a lot more social media stuff in terms of like, become a more viral personality. And I don't know if that's generally possible in crypto without promoting a bunch of meme coins and stuff. And I've never really wanted to promote meme coins like that. Like all of the larger YouTube channels out there that have a lot of money that they can afford to hire an editor and stuff like that, they get paid by meme coins to promote their stuff just randomly throughout the video, right? And then people buy it, and then they make like tens of thousands of dollars. I've never really felt comfortable doing that. So what I'm doing right now is, in order to get more views and more stuff, I'm kind of leaning out of, it's me, Michael Whitman type of stuff, although I am here talking with you guys. But that's why you guys have noticed me shifting my content towards other stuff. For example, I don't know if I can pull up my main channel here. There we go. Right, this one was talking about Jerome Powell losing control of the Fed and how that's going to affect markets. This one right here is Elon Musk CEO walking out of the massive drama because Elon Musk is in politics right now in crypto. No more shoe removal at the TSA. That one was just kind of a test one right there. Musk's big political move. That's about politics and finance. Liberation Day 2.0. Trump tax cuts in 2025 and how that's been working out. What I've been realizing though is like my videos from like 6 days ago have more views than the videos I just posted. It takes a few days for the algorithm to even want to boost my content. So I'm not making day by day news style content like this news matters right now. It's more of this news matters weeks in advance, which is why I have the other channel talking more about more up to date technical analysis and stuff. A little bit more boring, I grant you, but similar, right? So if I were to go over here and show this to you very fast and go over here, like you can see this one right here. I just posted this thing about the Fed. You see how it only has 100 views right now? But tomorrow, that's when it starts to spike up and get me more views and more eyeballs checking on my stuff. A good example, I guess, would be this one. Now, again, it's only like 800 views, but sometimes it just takes a day before it really starts to bounce off. And the more I can be consistent with this, I've noticed if I do this every day, every single day, I get a lot more views than if I just do it every day or do it for a day, pause, do it for a day, pause, right? So I got to keep it up. So what's going to annoy me, though, is that when I go to Portland over here on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I'm going to be making videos, and I'm basically just going to be doing them from my phone with my gimbal, recording while smoking a cigar, talking about something crazy that happened, and hopefully I can keep you guys entertained that long. And then I'll make a thumbnail for my phone because I already have the template set up for me to do that from my phone. Thank God, right? A workflow is amazing. Post it on YouTube, hit play, and then we're going to be good to go, right? Over and over and over again. But I'm doing that like 5 times a day. Even when I'm smoking at this like private event, I'm going to go aside and I'll be like, hey, everybody, Michael here. Did you guys see that news? Elon Musk just went crazy about Trump doing something crazy himself. I'll make a video talking about all that stuff, even in Portland where it's liberal as can be. And I'm not a diehard liberal, I'll tell you that. It's going to be fun. So yeah, but I'm just gonna start putting out videos more and more and more. I'm gonna be doing more tonight and posting them even though it's nighttime because I just know YouTube isn't gonna push my content for like 20 to 30 hours after I post it. So because of that, I'm just not gonna bother doing breaking news type of things that don't have some staying power. And I've realized that when I do cryptocurrency and stuff like that, there's not much staying power in technical analysis videos, but there's always staying power in Donald Trump, what he's doing, Elon Musk, what he's doing. Oh, Jerome Powell, what is he doing? Oh, big news here, you know, what's going on with that? And they surge, you can get some views and things are going to be good, right? I just haven't really had the luck of becoming the celebrity YouTuber I wanted to be in the beginning. And that's because when I was getting, like, you know, remember, I used to have a lot of people following my channel back when crypto was, like, really popping off. Like, every influencer, like, how do I say this? Like, 90% of all crypto influencers have had to leave crypto because they couldn't afford to keep on doing it because it's very expensive, right? The last 10 either are smaller like me and we make our own money in the market, we make our money in other ways, right? So we can keep on doing it. But then there's other ones where you will see them. I'm not going to call anybody. You will see them talk about a lot of new meme coins in their videos and stuff like that, right? So I remember thinking about this, and before my mom passed, I was talking to her about this, and she says, you know what? Why get into the gray area if you don't have to? Because I still, you know, I have a house, got a car, you know, good life, all that type of stuff. But back in the day, you know, a channel my size, and then this was back when I had like maybe 1,000 people watching me per stream on average, right? 1,000 concurrents. I could get paid around 20 to 30,000 bucks to promote a shitcoin to you guys, even if I knew it was gonna rug, right? So, and I could have used that to get edited and all the types of stuff, and I could have done one of those maybe every other week, right? Now my channel is obviously not that size, right? So it's a little bit different, but I feel like eventually the government will kind of look into this. And I want to be one of those people when the government takes those binoculars and the magnifying glass and they're looking at what's going on. They're like, oh, okay, this guy's clean. Let's move on to somebody else. All right. I'm hoping that's how it all ends up, of course. But yeah, my social's just all over the place. I've tried so many different things over the years. Right now, I'm just having fun and winging it and seeing how that goes. I took some ADHD medication yesterday, and it was the worst thing in my life. I didn't get to sleep until like 5 o'clock this morning. I took something that's like meant for ADHD, anxiety, and depression. I don't think I'm depressed, but I'm not necessarily happy all the time. I do have anxiety and I do have ADHD. This thing, I didn't realize it. I took it like at 10 o'clock in the morning. I had insomnia all freaking night from that pill. It was a horrible, insane. So I got to be careful with those. I might take another one today, but I just don't know. Those things make it hard to sleep. If I take one today, I have to literally go to the cigar lounge, chill all night, come back home, and then just turn off my phone, take some melatonin, and pass out. It'd just be, yeah. I try to do some stuff for my ADHD. Oh God, I regret it now. Although I have to say it did help out a lot though. Even the way I'm talking right now, I can still feel the effects of it. It's working. Dogecoin is the only meme coin I can trust since no one is expecting to get rich off of Dogecoin, since Dogecoin is a meme coin version of Bitcoin. I mean, yeah, Dogecoin's been around for a while. It's already had a big, massive move, but the market cap's been pretty stable, and it's been in the top 15 for like a while now, and it's in the top 10 right now. It's in very good shape. What a beautiful day for Bitcoin, stack stats, and keep calm. Hey, Kenny, gotta love the info videos. Dude, I appreciate it. Right now, it's a chill time. We're just watching to see if Bitcoin can break out. We're so close to all-time highs again. We're seeing some really good moves. Our portfolio is doing very, very well. On Sunday, I have a special thing I'm doing with you guys on this channel. We're not even going to be talking about cryptocurrency all too much. We're going to be building out an AI stock portfolio for everybody that wants to get into AI and hold on for a few years and hope that one of these tokens really makes you a lot of money. Not tokens, one of these stocks makes you a lot of money. It is a higher risk portfolio, I have to say, so it's only going to be a portion, but we're going to break all that stuff down. But I'm super excited for it. And then plus, this weekend, I'm going to go smoke some cigars in Portland, Oregon. I have 4 days technically to get some cigars and smoke, but I think I'm only going to go from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I don't think I want to spend 4 days in Portland. I got to figure out what hotel I'm going to down there too. I chose one, but I forgot exactly what it was. Let's see. Yeah, I don't remember the hotel I chose. I gotta get that info in there. I feel like, Michael, I go through the same. I don't like talking about it sometimes, but it helps. Yeah, I mean, for me, as far as trading, I think trading's been fantastic. My long-term portfolios are obviously right now doing very, very good. Most of my stress comes from YouTube and trying to figure out how to game the algorithm. I am happy to say today is July 9th. Tomorrow is July 10th. Tomorrow I get to see if I get to be monetized again. I'm going to reapply. I'm going to see if it's a yes or a no. And then if they, if they say no without actually looking at my channel, I'm going to see if I can go through friends this time to see if I can get some help. Because Mike, I can reapply starting July 10th, right? I made a whole video going over everything, and they just said I focus on a small number of my videos when I literally went over like 20 videos, right? So something is wrong in this process, and I've been demonetized since January. I feel like if I can start making money off the channel again, I feel like that allows me to pay for extra stuff for the channel. I'm not going to use an editor from now because the new style that I'm doing, I actually like it quite a bit. So, I guess here's the video from today. Let me just pull this up for you guys. We're not going to listen to it, but you see my face in the beginning. I go over news, go over data, right? Back and forth, going over data and just talking about some stuff. This is much more of a dry video for you guys, but the ones that you guys have liked more than this one were the things like Trump tax cuts in 2025, SALT deductions deliver huge benefits, right? So people wanted to hear about SALT deductions. Trump's bill just shifted millions. Here's who wins big. And I had the different thumbnails and stuff like that working right now. And the one that worked, I don't know if I still have it here. I can pull it up in a larger picture maybe. Nope, I deleted it. But basically, it looks like manage this test, stop and set. And let's see if I can figure this out. You can kind of see it right there. It's kind of dimmed right now because it's setting it up. Yeah, see a little bit more. That's AI thumbnail right there. That's 100% AI thumbnail. People have been liking that type of stuff, and they've been liking the different types of color concepts I've been using. So I've been trying to figure out what CTRs work well. This was 5%. That wasn't too great, but it got views. This one right here with X this morning, that one got up to 8%. It looks like 10%. So I just need to keep that up and start learning how to do better. But I do I'm aiming for 5 videos a day, right? I've only got 2 today. I'll do a couple more after this stream is over. I need to keep it up and keep on going. With having ADHD, it's all about repetitiveness. You got to build a habit, and you have to keep it going over and over and over again. Now, there's good habits and there's bad habits. I smoke a lot of cigars because I'm a creature of habit. I also drink a lot of water because I'm a creature of habit. I can get into fasting and lose a bunch of weight, which I've been doing, which has been great, because once I get into the habit of not eating a bunch of food, oh my God, it's been freaking amazing, right? So it's all habit. I'm building up a habit right now to do more content, but I'm introducing new stuff here, which is making it a little bit more difficult. Like the new channel. I'm not even doing the AI channel right now, even though I have everything set up for it. I just haven't had the time to do it. But if I have some money, I can start investing in more stuff. I need a new teleprompter because I think mine broke. I'm not entirely sure. No, I don't know if it broke. My camera hub software, my Elgato camera hub, it's not working for some reason. So I don't know exactly what it is. But I'll figure it out. Careful with Bitcoin here. It may try to break down here on the smaller time frames. Let me see. Yeah, we want to see if it can actually hold this level or if it decides to break down. So just be careful. I'll put the 5-minute chart up so you guys can see the difference here. And maybe let you see how big the move was in the first place. There we go. And then there you go. Don't want to fall down below that line right there. Why is Bitcoin going up today? So we already went through this, but basically the Fed got a little bit more dovish today. That dovishness pushed a lot of the markets higher, including the NASDAQ, S&P, Dow Jones, all having a nice day today. Russell 2000 was up 1%. Bitcoin, of course, up a few percent as well. So just the Fed coming out saying they're a little bit more dovish. And they're more dovish last month, and now this was the meeting from June 17th through the 18th, I believe. And now it's July. So that was a month ago. They were kind of getting more dovish. Maybe we can see more dovish action going in August or September, which would be pretty nice for us. A lot of people want altcoin season for the last 4 years, or it's not going to happen until it happens, man. There's nothing you can do about that. Did you contact YouTube again? Did you talk to your friend work on Google to fix monetize? No, I don't have any friends that work at Google. I don't have any friends that work at Google like that. I have contacts at YouTube from people I've met going to different conferences and stuff like that. But I mean, they're not, I'm not entitled to their help, right? We're not like, oh, best buds where I can ask them any question. It's more of like, hey man, sorry to bother you. I'm having this really big problem and can you please help me out and figure out exactly what's going on? Because this has been driving me nuts. I've lost out so much money this year. Again, I probably lost out at about like anywhere between $5,000 and $10,000 so far this year from this issue, right? And so I'm basically like pleading my case and begging to an acquaintance of mine, saying, hey, I really just need some help. Is there anything you can do for me? Because this is just troublesome, and I just don't know how to fix it because I deleted so many videos off my channel that I thought could be breaking your rules, and all of a sudden that still doesn't help me out. I feel like whoever is dealing with the appeals process maybe isn't doing as good a job, or they're not being clear about what exactly I am doing wrong. So, you know what I mean? So it's more of that type of conversation. Nothing really like, hey man, you got me? It ain't going to be that simple. So I don't even know if they'll take the time to help me or not. But it's worth asking, I would say, right now. So I'm always going to be in the situation where I want to ask. It can't do any harm here. And the people I know at YouTube are pretty high up, but it's like, do they have time for little old me? That could be a little bit more interesting there, right? I do have a channel manager, but that person has never answered one of my messages. So maybe I'll try to do a direct ping to him on Discord and then see if in one of the special groups we have, he'll just answer me. Yeah, I might have to try that one. Very, very annoying to have to deal with that. But we'll see. Also, with the new videos that I've been doing, as far as having 5 for the day, what I'm going to try to do and what I set up today on Opus Clip was every time I post a video, it's going to be automatically cropped in Opus Clip, and I'll upload it over here to my YouTube channel so you guys can see what's going on. These videos only get a few hundred views here and there. I don't really care about how many views the shorts get anymore. I'm just going to be posting them over and over, and maybe one of them pops off. And if one pops off, I'll be happy, right? Because you get the inspirations over here. Does inspirations even work? Yeah, see, it wants me to do tutorials, and I'm not doing tutorials right now, right? I'm not doing any tutorials right now. There's one over here. What is it? Is it trends? There you go. I can see what you guys watch. So this is based off of what you guys watch, right? Canada's new trade tactic stuns U.S. markets. Biden auto pen record caught lying under oath. You won't believe which blue state just flipped red. Elon isn't done. Right. So it's like very liberal content to very conservative content. Right. And then as far as who you guys watch normally, you guys watch everybody from Crypto Lifer to Chart Prime, right? All those types of things. Chris Pax. I forgot about Chris. I forgot about him. He scammed a bunch of people. Right? And he's still talking about Dogecoin. He's the Dogecoin authority. Just if he makes his own token, run far, 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 far away from that. All right. Jason Casper, kind of more on the wild side here, but has some crazy videos, Hasn't posted in a month. Whoa, what the heck happened to him? But he streamed 10 hours ago. Yeah, so he's streaming, doing a lot of fun stuff. He's much more of the exciting type of person. Maybe I'll get more excited as I lose weight, though. That could definitely be something, right? Mitch Ray. I haven't heard of Mitch Ray in a long time. Mitch Ray. Posted 2 weeks ago. But streamed 2 hours ago. Okay, good. Yeah. So I haven't seen many of these people out here in a long time. They haven't pulled up on my thing in a minute. But they're all good people, right? So you guys watch them at the same time. So I'll be doing a lot of that stuff here shortly. I just got to get used to it again. Oh my God. Bit by bit. I'll get to it. Which also means that since we've kind of moved back to 1 hour streams and my ankle's been feeling better since I've been doing some physical therapy and stretching it all the time. What I can try to do is do standing streams with you guys. And I found that standing streams usually get me to do much more energy, much more fun, and much more engaging. And it also makes me move around, show all my monitors and stuff like that, which is usually pretty fun as well. I just have to move that tripod up a little bit up higher, and then you guys can see me, and it's all good to go, which I think should be pretty fine, right? And hey, Josh, you're in Jamaica. Oh, nice, man. That's sweet. That's nice right there. There we go. But okay, everybody, I'm gonna call it a day right now. We've been here for about an hour. Tomorrow is Thursday. I have to do something from 2 to 3. No, I don't have to do it anymore. No, I don't. What we're probably gonna do is 2 streams tomorrow. One, if Bitcoin breaks all-time highs tomorrow, I'm gonna be there to stream. Or even tonight, I'll be there to stream. Depends if I'm in the cigar lounge or not. But tomorrow, I'll be streaming, even if it's the morning time when I wake up around like 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock. And then in the afternoon, we'll probably stream for a couple hours here. And then Friday, when I leave to go to Portland, we'll stream in the morning and not in the afternoon. That way, you guys can see what's going on. And then Friday night, Saturday. When I'm gone, I'll be back Sunday night. Friday and Saturday night, I will try to stream from my phone in short form, right? To just show you guys what I'm up to, smoking a cigar, chilling. I'm just not entirely sure what I'm going to be doing that night, so if it's appropriate for YouTube. So, well, we shall see. But I'll see you guys a little bit later. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll be back.